Taking a break from social media felt like stepping outside of a noisy room for the first time in years. It gave me space to breathe, reflect, and realize just how much of my life was shaped by me scrolling. In this video, I'm going to share the eye-opening lessons that I learned from taking a step away from social media. Lessons about time, connections, and what really matters when all that noise fades away. So I just came back to Instagram again earlier this year, actually from an account that had over 10,000 followers. I ended up deleting it, deactivating my page completely for about 9 months. So in those entire 9 months, I wasn't on social media at all. So spending some time away helped me to realize that none of this stuff really matters. We don't walk around with our following count or the amount of views we have as like an icon over our head. We are all human at the end of the day. If you cut somebody with 10 followers and somebody with 10 million followers, they're both going to bleed. Having a lot of followers doesn't put you on a higher pedestal than anybody else. You're not better than anyone because you get a lot of likes on your post. That doesn't mean you're more attractive than somebody else. Your engagement does not define you as a person. It shouldn't define you as a person. Now, from a monetary standpoint, sure, you can be like a page with more followers can be worth more than a page with less followers, but I just mean the sense of us being human. It's okay to love and support influencers and just any people that you see on social media, but never put them on a pedestal. Never idolize that person, because at the end of the day, like I said, we're all human. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to fall short. A lot of the time you'll see cases where people love and adore these influencers, and then they find out something about the influencer's past or something that happened in the present, and all of a sudden they treat them like they're nothing, or they're shocked or something like that. When in reality, no one is exclusive from humanity. Idolizing somebody like that dehumanizes them in a sense, because it holds them to a standard in which they have to be a certain way or be perfect in order to maintain that position where they are. A prime example of this is with Sky Jackson. So many people are talking down on her, laughing at her situation and stuff like that, when in reality, there are a lot of Sky Jacksons laughing at Sky Jackson. So the decision that she made, a lot of people have made and are making right now, but it's just worse for her, obviously, because it's publicized. It's in the public, it's all over the media, because she's a celebrity. A lot of people make the same mistakes and do a lot of the improper things that these influencers do. It's just private. That's the only difference. And to piggyback the idolization point, you never know what's going on behind the camera. You don't know what goes on when the camera goes off. It's okay to see somebody's lifestyle and be inspired by it and want that for yourself, but never covet it. Never think, I want that exact thing they have in the exact way that they got it. You can get those things for yourself too, but you don't know what it took for somebody to get to the point at which they are. I saw this video of a man talking about his wife. They were in like a lazy river and she was sitting in an inner tube and she's pregnant, so all you see is like her belly, her face, and the sun is shining. She's glowing, and he's saying all these different affirmations to her. It just looked like such a wholesome, beautiful video of Black love. Why did I literally see a couple, like probably like a month or two later, somebody talking about his criminal records and the fact that he was literally beating on that woman? Before that came out, everybody in the comments was like, oh my gosh, must be nice. I wish this was me. I want to love like this. I wish I had this. People had no idea what was going on when that camera went off. Like I said, it's okay to see things and want that for yourself, but just be mindful that you don't know the whole story. Be mindful of the content that you're consuming and understand that it's so much deeper than what you see. Some people will post things knowing that it will blow up, knowing that it'll get a specific reaction out of people or generate a lot of views or things like that, and those intentions aren't always positive. Rage bait is a prime example. People will make videos just for people to get mad. They're encouraging a lot of engagement through anger. So when you see videos like that, just scroll past them. Never feel the need to type out a whole paragraph of why this person is this and that and why they shouldn't do this or that. Literally just scroll past it. Don't feed into it. Don't give them any more of your attention, of your time, and just be aware that each post has intentions behind it. A lot of people get paid through social media, so it's their job to influence you, whether that's for you to buy a product, whether that's for you to get mad, whether that's for you to feel like you should envy them, or whether it could be anything. Don't allow yourself to be so easily influenced. It's okay to see a cool product, want to buy it because you know you'll use it for yourself, or watch the video because it feels like it adds something positive to your life. That's great, but you don't need 10 Stanley Cups. You don't need crumble cookies every week just because you saw a new flavor, especially when you're trying to work on your body and go to the gym and build the physique that you want. Stick to your own mind, stick to your own morals, regardless of what you see. And also, never compare yourself to anybody else. Don't see a post with a lot of likes and think that that's how you have to look or present yourself to get the same amount of likes. You can get a ton of engagement by just being yourself. You should never feel like you have to change who you are. Really, all you have to do is be authentic. Be who you are. That's what makes you unique from everybody else. Don't go look at somebody and copy their whole life or the way that they carry themselves or anything like that because you think that's going to get you a bunch of followers or likes. First of all, your worth isn't determined by the amount of engagement that you have. When you post something, you should know that you already are beautiful inside and out or handsome inside and out, regardless of what anybody has to say, regardless of how many likes it gets. You should be posting for you. Post pictures that you find to be pleasing to you. It's your page. You shouldn't be posting for anybody else but yourself. A lot of people post for other people to see and for other people to perceive them a certain way. What they don't realize is that that shows. Like, have you ever seen somebody in an outfit and it doesn't look right on them? Like, not necessarily like it doesn't fit properly, but just like the way that the outfit looks doesn't compliment them in a good way. And that's no disrespect. It's just like we are all supposed to have different styles. It's okay to see a cute outfit or whatever and you try it out and wear it too. But if it doesn't work for you, you don't have to keep wearing that. Like, people will do anything to look wealthy. People will do anything to make it seem like their life is just stress-free, problem-free. The reality of things is that we all have our own issues. There will always be a problem. Life will never be free of issues. It's just about how you deal with them. For the most part, people only post their W's. They don't post their losses. So all you'll see on somebody's page is a constant stream of every W they've achieved in life. They don't post times where they were flat broke. They don't post times where they felt depressed or anything like that. And there are people who do post those things and they are vulnerable with the internet and they are open and transparent, which is a great thing. But everything is good in moderation. Sometimes people use social media to watch you, not really support you. So you could be open and vulnerable on social media, sharing about a time when you've been down or anything like that, and people will just use that as ammunition against you. But not every single aspect of your life has to be shared publicly. I think a lot of people seriously need to invest in diaries. When you break up with somebody, you don't need to post that on the internet. You don't need to post that you're having the time of your life without them just to prove a point. Live your life for you. Don't try, the minute that you try and portray an image, it becomes incredibly obvious that you're not what you're portraying. And people don't realize that, so they just end up looking crazy. If you're gonna post on social media, don't post for anybody but yourself. A common theme I see on social media is that everybody is striving for perfection. They're getting their bodies done, they're getting their teeth done, they're editing their photos, they're doing all these different things just to look perfect. When in reality, we're not meant to look perfect. We were all born or equipped with different imperfections because that's what makes us unique. That's what makes us human. To me, it doesn't make sense to strive for something that we will never be. No one will ever be perfect. The only person that is perfect is God. I've seen so many different people get veneers that really didn't even need them. All they probably needed was braces and a teeth whitening treatment. Like, I don't think everybody's facial structure, like their jaw structure, the size of their lips and mouth and everything, were meant to have perfectly straight teeth. People who naturally have perfectly straight teeth have really big mouths because all the teeth can fit. But if you get a smile like that, it just ends up looking funny because some people aren't meant to have that, if that makes sense. And that's just one example of many. People will do anything for an aesthetic. People will do anything to portray an image, to try and seem like they are something that they're not. I think because of this, On social media, and especially on Instagram, it's such a competitive environment, and that can seem really intimidating to people that want to post on the app or just that are using the app, because they feel like they have to be and look perfect in order to get a ton of engagement or for whatever goal they're aiming to achieve. But the people that do engage and feel like they need to align with this concept of perfection, they just create a competitive environment within each other. So that's why you'll see Instagram models who got a BBL, they're going back to get another BBL, another round of lipo 360, lip filler, all these different things. It's okay, it's perfectly fine to enhance your natural features. But when it gets to a point where you just haven't found peace with yourself and you feel like you need to be perfect to be a better person, it's time to really sit in the mirror and reevaluate yourself in the way that you think and the way that you perceive yourself. You have to completely abolish the idea of perfection, because that is something that we will never be. Don't take advice from everybody on social media. I know there are whole accounts dedicated to advice about relationships, life, all these different things. Even if the advice makes sense, don't always take it right away. Make sure you fact check it and reflect it according to your own morality. Just because what they're saying makes sense doesn't mean that it's going to work for your life for the better. Same with those videos that are like, hey, wait, stop scrolling, let me pray for you. It's okay to scroll past those. You don't know the heart posture of the person who's praying. Something else that I learned is that a lot of people use your social media profiles to just be nosy. But people who are nosy for ingenuine reasons typically are miserable with their own lives. They just love mess and drama, and they want to be concerned with everybody else's business but their own, basically avoiding themselves. There are a lot of monitoring spirits on that app, and that's part of the reason why I said that it's okay to be vulnerable on social media, but just be mindful that there are people with ingenuine intentions who may be watching you. A lot of what you see on social media isn't real. People will edit their backgrounds, their bodies. It's hard to gauge what's real and what's fake on social media. Especially with the introduction of AI, it's very hard to tell. It just occurred to me, I think earlier this year, that some of the Instagram models that you see that have a ton of followers and they live this lifestyle where they're always flying private and they always have a couple Chanel bags and they're just having life their way. The way that they afford that lifestyle is by using their body as currency. Their social media page will be like their advertisement where they show their assets, and they'll attract these different type of people, and in order for them to get money from them or get those bags or get those trips or whatever, they exchange their morality for that. So that's why, again, when you see stuff, don't just take what you see at face value. There are people who work really hard for what they have. They work extremely hard to get all those designer bags and to be able to fly private and do those different things. But you have no idea what some people will do in order to look like they live a certain way. Another important thing is that success is not defined by the amount of material things that you own. Wealth also pertains to your mental state and your overall quality of life. You are rich in life if you have family. You are also rich in life if you have a sound mind. You're rich in life if you stick to your morality. You're rich in life if you're able to provide for your future generations. It's so much more than a Chanel bag and a Benz. Don't be afraid to post what you want to post. Your social media profile should be a perspective of life through your eyes. A lot of people are craving authenticity and realness. We live in such a world where everything just looks to be glitz and glam, and everybody's living a lifestyle that's just so luxurious and just so pompous. But it can be quite refreshing to see people who are just themselves, unapologetically themselves, not conform to the normalities of this world. So be who you are, post what you want to post, and know that even if you get 2 likes or 2,000 likes, that doesn't define who you are as a person. Know who you are for yourself so that regardless of what you post, you're okay with the outcome. Your time is so valuable, and you have to view things as an investment. So if I invest 2 hours into scrolling on TikTok, is that investment going to come back with a positive return for my life? You have to start thinking about it like that. It's perfectly okay to just spend time on social media, just having fun, seeing cool things. but always be mindful of the time that you spend on it and the benefit, if any, that you're going to gain from being on those apps for that long. TikTok is literally probably called TikTok because while you're on it, the clock is just tick-tocking away. If you're going to spend that much time on the app, use it for something that's going to educate you, that's going to inspire you, or help you to become a better version of what you already are. Use it to your benefit. Follow more accounts that educate you and help you to strive to be a better person. Because if that's what you're constantly consuming, it's going to keep motivating you over and over and over. It's going to put your mind in a place where I'm working to achieve this continuously. And eventually you will get there. But if you're following a bunch of accounts that make you question your worth, accounts basically that are just like surface level, you yourself are going to be looking at things from a surface perspective too. All in all, be mindful of the content that you're consuming and understand that it's so much deeper than what you see. Every post has an intention behind it, whether it's pure or unpure. Develop a set of morals if you don't already have them. Stick to your morals regardless of what you see or regardless of what anybody else seems to be doing. Use social media as a tool, whether that's to give you more information, to help you make money, help you to learn a new skill. Use it in a way that's going to enrich your life, not take away from it. Social media is such a powerful tool to use, but don't let it use you.